I'm Becky Schaller, and this is my second session at HyperHeal, Hyperbarics, and I have recently suffered from a head injury. I broke my nose in 3 places and a small hairline fracture in my orbital bone, but that was the easy part because I found out soon thereafter I had a grade 3 concussion following a series of maybe 4 or 5 that my neurologist estimates. So I was hypertensive as far as the first thing that he noticed was my blood pressure was like 155 over 135. For a healthy person, that's very surprising and stunning, and you wonder what's going on. And then after a series of tests, I was highly concussed and going about my life with migraine headaches, loss of memory, anxiousness, nervousness. I'm normally a very outgoing person, and I constantly felt that I didn't want to be around people. I was nervous around people. I was removed the ability to drive because of my symptoms had progressed like that. So I have come here to hopefully find a means to an answer to something that can help me get better. And I tried other facilities like hospitals, and they weren't really supportive of the head injury at this point. So I came here and I finally, and I'm so thankful that I found HyperHeal. I was nervous a little bit about being in a tube, or like, I kind of felt like, you know, when you go to the bank, like you put that money in, and I was like, it just felt really weird to me, and like, what am I going to do in there for an hour and a half, and can I trust somebody in there to lock me in? Like, what if he just leaves me here for the rest of my life? And I've thought of all of those things, and then I will tell you, after my first treatment yesterday, that as soon as you're in there, it doesn't feel like that at all. It's totally, you can see through all sides of it. You can watch movies. This is my second session, and I'm looking forward to continuing sessions, and I'm definitely looking forward to just right now, like going back in for this one. So yeah. I have successfully completed 20 treatments, and this is after my 20th. And I do feel that I could benefit continuously from coming to the treatments, but we have lives, and I had to go back to LA for a bit. But it's something that I do see myself still incorporating. Like, it's not like I finished it and that's it. But from those 20 treatments, and it's the first day, I will tell you, like, the very first treatment, I felt significant changes. The first thing that I noticed physically was my headache. Like, I had these pounding migraines from my injury. That was the first thing that went away. The reason that I chose HyperHeal, Hyperbarics, was for number one, Eric Shapiro, definitely. Juliet Skeleton, amazing people. So when you're in a place that you feel that you're injured, you're obviously very vulnerable, you have a hard time trusting anybody. And I would say that not only the location was perfect because I was around family, but I had looked at facilities in LA, I looked at bigger hospitals. The venue didn't feel a place that I felt comfortable actually going to. Here it was more like going to a neighbor's house or someone that I really trusted. And honestly, by the 3rd or 4th session with Eric, I felt comfortable enough that I could not be nervous to be here. And that's a huge thing, especially when you're injured or you're looking for something to benefit you in a way, like that you have to trust that person. And I felt an immediate trust from this facility, and also just the team's amazing. So it's like you go on a whim, you're like, I'm going to get into this tunnel that's like pretty small by yourself, and you're going to be in there for a few hours, and you don't know what to expect. So I had gotten to a place where I was trying not to have any expectations so that I wasn't disappointed. I hadn't seen anything really beneficial as far as supplements, as far as any kind of other treatments specific to my injury. So I was in a place like, I'm going to give this a try, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. At least like I gave it a try, and now where else can I go? But by the first few treatments, I definitely felt significant improvements. And then as I kept on coming, like I got to a place where I almost felt better than I had before the injury. And when you're in a type of a situation that I had never been in before, where you just feel like hopeless, you feel like you're never going to get better, for you to just see something that's going to elevate and increase your improvements in a way, it was astronomical as far as it did to just kind of jumpstart me back into being a normal person again in life. And that's something that you really cannot supplement at all for the way of living. So it was like time and repetition with anything. It's just like if you're working out, if you do it once a week, you'll see those kind of results of a once a week result kind of thing. So if you start getting in a routine of something, is whether it's a workout or stretching or anything that's going to benefit you physically, when I started coming consistently to, which was hard for me, sitting still for like an hour and a half, but I watched superhero movies and that was very helpful, So when you're sitting there and you do it daily, that is when I really saw the improvements. And it's like what you get into it is what you're going to get out of it. And so you have to have that discipline, just as if you were to train for something specific. Like I was training to be a normal human being again, and it was like I went every day. Eric was so kind. He would open it up on the weekends, which is like huge, because to me I just want it to keep on getting better. My name is Becky Schaller. I'm a professional athlete, and I highly recommend the use of HyperHeal, hyperbarics, for not only athletes at the professional level, but amateur, just something like if you're trying to get better as something seriously you take as far as sports or just overall well-being. I highly recommend it because it not only changed my life, but it gave me hope in a place when I was injured that I wasn't sure if I was going to come back to normalcy. It did that for me and then some, so I highly recommend it.